My name is Reid Sheftall, and I'm starting a course management channel today. And this is the first video that I'm going to analyze. The channel is going to be course management exclusively, which I feel is the most important part of golf. More important than striking the ball, short game, putting, chipping, pitching, iron play into the greens, everything. Course management beats them all. And the reason I say that is because if you were to compare a scratch golfer to a PGA Tour pro and ask what part of golf constitutes the biggest difference between these two levels, most people would say, driving accuracy or distance or short game or putting or irons into the green or whatever. But actually, I believe it's course management. And so that's why I decided to do this channel devoted exclusively to course management. I want to tell you a little bit about my history in golf, just so you sort of know who I am. I was a kid golfer and good but not great. Played other sports, especially baseball, which I loved. And stopped playing golf cold turkey when I was 13 years old, except for the high school matches, which the coach taught me into playing. And I played those and actually did well only playing the matches, because by this time I had fallen in love with tennis, didn't even want to practice golf, but I went out and played the matches. And I think I averaged about 37 on 9 holes in those matches. So I still could play. And I finished third in the district tournament out of 93 players, which was good, because I beat a lot of people who were going to Division I golf schools on scholarships, like UNC and University of Florida and things like that. So anyway, I stopped playing golf, went to MIT and was a physics major, which of course helps golf quite a bit. And then I went to medical school. I taught physics for 1 year at the University of Southern California. Then I went to medical school. Then I became a surgeon. And of course, when you're in residency, there's no way you could ever play golf. So I was in there for about 9 years doing general surgery, then plastic surgery, and eventually, when I got older, I did cardiac surgery, and now I do congenital repair on children, heart repair. Anyway, about my golf, I did not play golf at all for 33 years. And I took it up again at age 47 when I was kind of discovered by a couple of PGA Tour pros, Mark McCumber and Paul Azinger, pitching balls when I just didn't have anything to do on a week that I had come home from Cambodia, where I started a charity to see my mother. And I went out to pitch balls at the TPC stadium course with my brother and Mark, and we were in the back where the pros practice. And Paul Azinger was there that day, and they were complimenting me on my rhythm, my rhythm and my technique. And a couple weeks later, they asked me to play with them on the golf course, and I shot 71 from the back tees on the TPC course, which was something. I tell you, I hadn't played golf in 33 years, and I had no idea what I was getting into, but I played so well, and they were so encouraging that at lunch afterwards they told me I was good enough to play on the tour, but I needed to learn how to play with screaming babies and yellow ropes and so forth and so on. So they told me to get in a gambling game and play as many tournaments as I could, just get used to the pressure, and then go over to try to Monday qualify on one of the country tours, which I did 6 times during that subsequent year, and got in all 6 tournaments, which was amazing. I was very fortunate, really. And I didn't make any cuts, however. So I just realized that I was good enough to play with the pros, but not good enough to beat half of them, which you have to be able to do to make a cut. So I went to Q school at the end of the year, and still less than 1 year since I started back, and I actually did well through the first cut of Q school, got through that, but then I crashed out in the second one, and I ended up not getting a card on the Asian tour. So I went down to the Malaysian tour at Q school, and I got a card on that country tour. and played on that tour for several years and learned a lot, got better. Got a great practice partner who was wonderful to me and taught me a lot of stuff just by observing him, really. Anyway, and I ended up on the Asian Development Tour, which I'll show some cards and some golf achievements that I've made, but I never really did much in professional golf, of course. I started late. I was playing on the regular tour. I was much, much older than the other players, by 20, 25 years or so. And I played from age 47 to age 63, which is 16 years. Kept my card the whole time and played the whole time. And actually, near the end of that tenure, I went back to Q school one year to try to get on the Asian tour just for the heck of it and play there. And I played really well in Q school. The first, I think it was 7 days of Q school, I was even par, shooting every round between 70 and 73, and I was 63 years old, competing with kids that were 40 years younger than me. And I did get my card on the Asian Development Tour, which is a tour that's equivalent to the Korn Ferry over in Asia, meaning it's the warm-up tour for the Asian Tour, like the Korn Ferry is for the PGA Tour. And if you know Taco, from the guys from New Zealand, Sam, Taco, Toombs, and Kwan, Taco said that he played on the Asian Development Tour. I'm not sure when he did it. I never played with him or met him, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, I struggled. It was a big deal for me to make a cut. And so anyway, I'm a full-time surgeon while I'm doing this. So it was not surprising that I struggled a little bit. But I enjoyed it very much and learned a lot, met a lot of wonderful people. And had a lot of fun doing it, frankly. So that's my golf career. I was a very, very mediocre professional golfer, is the best way to describe it. Didn't have much success at all. As a matter of fact, the time that I just described, that I went back to Q school to try to get on the Asian tour, I had already gotten my amateur status back, and as soon as I got it back, I wanted to play in the USGA Senior Amateur, and I won the qualifying tournament. And I went to the Senior Amateur and lost in a playoff to get into match play, which was heartbreaking. Anyway, because I really thought I could do well there, and I still think I can, but I have to get my golf game in shape. I just finished fighting cancer for 2 months of daily radiation therapy to my neck, and I just started eating solid food yesterday after 2 months of drinking water only. And let me tell you, I lost 47 pounds, and I feel like I feel horrible. I just can't have no energy or anything. But I'm going to work my way back from it. Probably start hitting balls in a few weeks. But anyway, I've had some success since then on the amateur circuit. I won a handful of tournaments, including that USGA qualifier for the USGA Senior Amateur, which was a wonderful tournament, of course, and a few citywide senior events, of course, and statewide even, one senior amateur. So anyway, I'm not as good as Grant or Brad, but I chose them to be in the inaugural video that we're going to do, and because I had noticed a terrible course management error that Brad made, and I'm so bad now that I probably can only hit the ball about 240 yards off the tee. And I was talking to Fred Funk the other day, and he said it's the same with him. He's had a bunch of operations on his knees, and one of them got infected, and he can only hit the ball about 270 now. But you'll remember Fred Funk was the best driver on the PGA Tour when he was playing on the tour, and he was the most accurate driver, and he was phenomenal. Hit the ball about 280 right down the middle on every hole. Had led the tour on accuracy. But anyway, we're lamenting over there when he's riding around in a golf cart. We're watching the junior players for a few holes together. But I feel the same way. I can't crack an egg anymore. But I still remember how to manage myself around the course, and I think that was what allowed me to jump right in after not playing for 33 years at all, and be able to compete and get my tour card within a year. It's all course management. So when I decided I wanted to make a video about golf, I decided to do it on course management. Now there will be times later when I'm getting a little better, maybe down towards scratch at least, where I will show myself hitting the ball and talk about a few things that I happen to be very good at when I was playing on the tour, and that was recovery shots. Other players all the time, when I would ask them what is the best part of my game, instantly they would tell me, "You were the best recovery shot guy I've ever played with," or something like that. And also hitting from bunkers, they mentioned that also. They said your bunker game is phenomenal, but your recovery shots are just too much. But anyway, so I'll teach you guys a few recovery shots. Because that, again, is another very important part of course management. You're going to see that Brad makes two types of course management errors on the same hole, which is the hole I'm going to feature today. One of them is picking the wrong shot to be the critical shot on the hole. He makes that error. And then on the very next shot, he makes the error of not thinking in terms of partial shots, which is really important. And I'll explain what that means when we get to it. But those two errors are the cardinal errors of course management. And I'm going to talk about that. And by the time you watch several of these and learn from them, I think you're going to improve your game a lot. I don't care what level you're at. If you're an 85 shooter, I think I could get you under 80 just by talking to you and showing you course management errors. And I'm not, and you know, 6 strokes or 7 strokes is a lot of strokes in golf. But I'll tell you, I've played with a lot of friends who are 7 handicappers, 8 handicappers who shoot 85 almost all the time. And a lot of it is not ball striking. It's course management. They make the wrong decisions on what shot to hit. Now, I did write a book about my experience being a doctor, a surgeon in Asia, and at the time I was a plastic surgeon. I didn't convert to cardiac surgery until I was 56 years old. So a lot of the pro golf I played was as a cardiac surgeon, but at the beginning it was plastic surgery. And I wrote a book about it, which is called Striking It Rich. Now this copy is the one that I'm going to send out to the first 1,000 subscribers of my channel. So all you have to do is send me the shipping, which is just fold up a couple of there's 25 pages of beautiful glossy color pictures in here, and it's just fabulous. The pros I played with, the children that I fixed, etc. And you'll enjoy it very much. Here's a picture from the Thai Tour, the Chevrolet Open, and you can see that the last hole, number 18, is a 510-yard par 4. Even back then, they didn't fool around with anything in Thailand. I'll tell you, it's a great tour to play on, and there's great competition. I mean, Thongchai Jaidee played on it when he wasn't on the PGA Tour, and he was in the top 50 in the world. And then Epi Barnrat played on it. And there's 25 other great players from Thailand that choose to live in Thailand instead of going over and playing in the U.S. And they are so good, you won't believe it. So anyway, you'd expect a guy who's top 50 in the world to win all the tournaments, but or a large fraction of them, but it's not the case. There's so many good players over there. So anyway, please, when we get into this a little bit, I'll put my maybe I'll be able to put my, if I learn how to do this right, I'll put my address in the description below, and you'll be able to send me, just fold up a $5 and a $1 bill and send me a book, and I'll mail you a book. I'm just trying to defray the cost of shipping. So I'll do that. I'll mail you the books, and first 1,000 people for sure will get a book. Now, and hopefully you'll gain a lot more than reading a funny story. There's all kinds of things in this book about MIT and everything else, so you'll like it. And the children and so forth, and the trials and tribulations I had when I started to play pro golf, because as I mentioned already, I qualified for 6 tournaments in the very first year, during the first year I played. and didn't make any cuts. And let me tell you, there are a lot of things you need to learn about playing pro golf before you get out there. It hits you like a ton of bricks. I mean, it is so rules bound and so forth. And it's funny, the mistakes I made. I can laugh at them now, and I didn't laugh at them at the time, I can tell you. Dropping my ball into an unplayable lie and all kinds of crazy stuff I did. So anyway, I got better and I learned. And my tour average, I think, started out about 74 and worked its way down. And by the end of it, at least on the old man's tour, on the 50 and over tour, one year I averaged below 70. I averaged 69.75. So I had my successes too. They were extremely rare. Again, I was a horrible pro golfer, but I did win 2 tournaments on the 50 and over tour. And I did okay. The Golf Channel did 2 stories on me because I was a medical doctor, and they researched it and said I was the only medical doctor that's ever gotten a tour card on a internationally recognized tour, I think they called it. And anyway, they did that, and Mr. Arnold Palmer was nice enough to ask them to interview me. So great memory there. Very fond memory of those 2 experiences. And he invited me to his tournament, and I was in the booth for a little while and all that. It was wonderful. So anyway, forget about all that. This is about you and learning some course management. And let's start now with Brad and Grant, who are fabulous golfers. I'd say at my peak, I was probably a +2. That's about it. I would say that I could play to. And even then, I rarely played to. I usually shot 74. You know, sometimes I'd shoot a 71, but I'm always shooting 2 74s and missing the cut by 3 strokes. That was me. So I wasn't very good, but I certainly enjoyed it, and I played when I could. And I just played enough to keep my card, basically, every year. Once I did that, I didn't play anymore until the next year because I'm a doctor primarily. And I had a charity I was running, which was the only reason I was over there. So let me start now. And we're going to start on the 12th green where Grant is going to putt out. He's 3 strokes behind Brad here. And the trouble starts on 13, which we'll get to and talk about. But Grant is going to have to make about a 7-footer here to stay 3 strokes down on Brad. And they're playing a stroke play match among themselves. So here we go. And I hope you enjoy this. And if I can figure out how to turn on the record here. I know I've already started recording. What am I doing? Let's start the video and talk about it.
Yeah, these today. Had a lot of comebackers.
Yeah, good putt.
Thank you. Well, just curled in there.
Good catch. That's what good
I'll
speed
make
will
me
do.
pucker a little bit too much.
That's what good speed will do, though.
It's true.
Oh, I wanted to say one more thing about Brad. Well, I'll say it on the next hole when we stop the video.
Putt.
Thanks.
Okay.
Gosh, that just banged with me.
3 shots back still. Now we're onto the hole I've kind of been waiting for. I wanna attack this one.
3 strikes
This one
back
is
still.
special. This is a par 5. It's weird. Very weird. But if you hit a good tee shot, you can make an eagle. Here we go, Brad. Par 5. 3-shot lead. Little low cut here for you.
Little low cut. The driver, if I go all out, I think it might have a chance of getting through the fairway, and we don't want that. So just a little low peeler. Try to get this thing on the ground and run in. Hopefully get in the right spot where I can have a clear shot at the green. Nope, not that much of a low cut. Sit down. Just stay short somehow.
No. Smarter miss, though. I'll tell
Yeah,
you that.
I mean-
Cannot go right.
Better than missing right. Not the shot I wanted, but we'll figure it out from there.
I like that. We'll figure it out from there.
Yeah.
That's
Good
it right
shot.
there. Yeah, get down there. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, should be money.
There it is. One of the trickiest tee shots on this course right there, and then we got to get through 17.
All right, we got about 275 to the pin here. I got 3-wood out. This is not the smartest play by any means, but I would love to just get up there because 3 is too much club. So I'm gonna hit a big draw. I'm gonna try to kind of like an easy, just swinging draw. But if I just get it anywhere up there to the right, just anywhere close to the green, I'm completely happy with that. So I'm just trying to push this up as far as I can. Even if it goes a little long with the green, it's fine. Yeah, just trying to give myself just an up and down chance at the eagle or at the birdie.
Okay, this is where Brad makes a terrible course management mistake. And he even mentioned it. He said, this isn't the smartest play in the world. I'll tell you, when you're out there trying to decide what shot to hit from various places, and you get that little voice in your head that says, I am making a mistake here. This is not the smartest thing I could do here. You better listen, because this decision that Brad made here, and I want to talk about Brad in just a second. Brad is we looked up Brad's handicap. He's a plus 7.9 handicapper. He is so good. He is definitely good enough to play on the PGA Tour right now. I don't know what his ambitions are. He might be making too much money on YouTube or something, but because he's part of Good and everything. But he is so good. He played in the Masters, which means he must have been the runner-up in the U.S. Amateur, which is quite a feat. If you can become the runner-up in the U.S. Amateur, you can definitely play pro golf on the PGA Tour, U.S. PGA Tour. And Brad was a phenomenal junior. Whether you know that or not, he was always in the top 5 from age 12 to age 18 in his age group, and he was a contemporary of Colin Morikawa, Sam Burns, Scotty Scheffler. I mean, he played with some really good PGA Tour players growing up, and would have been considered the best 1, 2, or 3 of them for sure. At different times during his career. He was also a 2-time All-American at University of Oklahoma, and they won the NCAA championship when he was there. So he has a phenomenal resume. So believe me, I'm not anywhere near Brad's league, but for everyone's edification, I do think I can point out a few things that will benefit everyone. And Brad made the wrong choice here. He decided to let this be the critical shot on the hole rather than taking a 6 or 7 iron and hitting it 200 yards or 215 yards up the fairway and leaving himself with a numbered wedge into the green, where he would make from say 130 yards, he would make a birdie probably about 20% of the time, 1 in 5, and he would make a par the other 4 out of 5 times with a numbered wedge. He would basically never make a bogey from there. So this is a very risky thing to do, and he decided to do it, which it backfired on him. And the sad thing about it is it changed his affect for the rest of the 18 holes, which is only 6 more holes. 5 more after this one. That caused him to lose this match, I think. And we'll talk about that a little bit. I'll certainly make a video on the course management errors I think he made in the second half. Let's let him hit the shot, and then I'm going to show you that he made the other kind of course management error on the second shot he hits after this one that he actually had received a very good break on. But let's watch this, see what happens.
Oh no. Uh-oh. That's not good. See, that's the part I wasn't really thinking would happen,
I can't believe that
but
just
I knew
happened.
it possibly could.
I can't believe you just did that.
So is that... I can't tell. I don't know if that's water down there. It's definitely hazard.
It went straight, it went into that hole. I don't know what that is.
We'll see if it's full of water or not, but this...
What just happened, guys?
Okay, well, Brad did what, and I'll tell you, in 15 years, I don't think I remember seeing it happen once. I don't think I remember ever seeing a professional golfer hit the lip on a fairway bunker in 15 years. Now, when I tell people that, they're shocked to hear it. But these guys don't make course management mistakes like that. You need to take a club that you positively are certain will even if you miss it a little bit, hit it a little thin, it's got to get over the lip. So, I mean, Brad can hit his 8-iron 185 yards. I mean, he could have used anything from probably a 5-iron to an 8-iron and hit 150 balls, and none of them would have hit the lip. So he said it there. He said, I was pretty sure I'd get over the lip with a 3-wood, but I wasn't positive. And whenever you talk to yourself like that on the golf course, you need to not do it if you're not positive you're going to get over the lip. I mean, that's at least a 1-stroke penalty to hit the lip. And it could have been worse. Now, it went down in that hole, and he got very, very, very fortunate not to go in the water that's down there. And we'll see that right now. And I'll let it play, but I'm going to stop it again before he hits the next shot because he makes another course management mistake on the very next shot.
That's not what we wanted to happen. That's where I just wish I'd hit a 7-iron and just laid up and had a wedge in. But hindsight's 2020. And
That's crazy.
And C2 golf.
All right, 262 to the pin, but it's only. I think I needed a hybrid. I mean, it's gusting behind me.
Great, I'd rather you get it there, dog. Just hit that fade.
Okay, I gotta go for the fade then. I'm going fadey 3-wood here.
It's also cold though.
262,
It's also
down
cold.
breeze. Just carry this over the bunker. It's definitely not full. But now that Brad's in that position, we have a chance. No, stop. Bunker. Feels a good strike, too.
Yeah, hit it nice.
All right. Pin high in 2 shots. What a turn of events that just happened. I don't know if he's going to be able to play it down there in this hole or what the deal is.
I
But
don't see anything in the water.
no, I mean, it
Let me
went
go. It's like right here.
straight into this thing.
It did.
Yeah, it's like in here. I watched it go right into this hole.
Oh, the leaf was covered. Yeah, we got it.
Oh, sweet.
What an eye.
Hey, good catch, Jalen.
We got it. It took us a second because there was a big old leaf just sitting around top of it, but shout out Jalen for finding that ball. All you kids that are watching out there, that's why you just take the safe play. Just lay up, leave yourself a wedge in, have a chance for birdie. You don't need to be a hero.
Okay, now this is very interesting because we never get the camera behind the ball to see what shot he really had here. It looks like this foliage that's in the way cuts back quite a bit by the time it ends, which means that he could have hit this shot at a different angle and maybe cut off 10 more yards in direction. But let me tell you what the mistake I think he made here. He just pitches this ball almost not completely straight out into the fairway, but at a slight angle, and leaves himself with about 150 yards left. He had 370 from the bunker. So that ball that got lucky, that hit the lip and bounced over the water and did not bounce into those bushes where he would have had an unplayable lie, 3 yards further, 5 yards further, maybe even 2 yards further. It's hard to tell. But anyway, he got very, very lucky here. Now, I'm going to show you what he did, but the mistake he made here, first of all, talking about the previous shot about if you're a youngster watching this and you want to be smart at golf and do the right thing, take a 7-iron and hit it out there and have a wedge to the green. Well, that's certainly the case, but he shouldn't even be thinking about that anymore. So I'm not gonna penalize him for that too much, but he shouldn't be doing that. He should be really worried about what he can do to make a par from here, which is really what it comes down to. Now he's going to pitch this out to 150 yards, just straight out, and then he's going to play from there, which is fine. He does a decent job and on and on. But he did not think in terms of partial shots from here, which I think would have enabled him to make a par. So let's discuss this together. You may not agree. If you don't agree, put it in the comments or something. But here we go.
Shot.
Hey.
Now, that is a shot he hit, and he did it very competently, and he put it out in the middle of the fairway. But I want you to observe something here. I've already showed you that he could have angled this shot a little more to the left, and instead of hitting a 56 degree and just chipped it out there, whatever he did, I think the smarter thing to do there would have been to shave the bushes, because he obviously had a good lie. Shave the bushes as close as he was comfortable doing, maybe 2 yards to the right of it, where there's no chance of hitting the bushes. Can't risk that. But more to the left than this ball ended up. I hope you can see my pointer. You can certainly see the ball. You can see the house in the distance, and you can see these trees, which are way, way, way back. He had nothing on the other side of the fairway to worry about, really. In the direction that he chipped it even, there wasn't much. I think he should have taken a 7-iron. He had 150 yards from there at a slight angle of improvement. So I think he probably only had about 190 or so. He has 150 from there. I think he only had about 190, maybe 200, given that he was way down in that dungeon on the left. But he had 190 to 200 yards to the pin. And I think he could have taken a 7-iron and a person of Brad's skill, which is enormous, can hook a ball, should be able to hook a ball 60 or 70 yards in the air, no problem. So I think he could have sliced a little more off the tree, hit a full 7, which he can hit 200 yards, believe me. And plus there was just a huge amount of wind behind these guys. I mean, Grant hit this 570-yard par 5 in 2. He's in the greenside bunker, and he did it because that wind was behind him. And Brad hits the ball way further than Grant, and Grant hits it 300. I mean, Brad hits it 350 off the tee, 360. He is incredibly long. So anyway, he could easily have taken a 7-iron from down there in that hole, or even an 8-iron, and hit or a 6 if he needed it, whatever. And hit the ball toward maybe the edge of the house with a 60-yard hook, like a violent hook, and rolled it up right into either the greenside bunker, on the green, or on the apron of the green. For sure he could have done that. And that's what I mean by thinking in terms of partial strokes. If you figure that from where he is now, which is 150 yards with a pitching wedge, he's gonna get it up and down about 20% of the time. And he's going to make get it up and down in 3, meaning on the green and 2 putts, about 80% of the time. That's about what it is for a pro golfer. It's not as good as you think it is. But they're very good at making pars when they make a little bit of a mistake. And that's another thing that separates the pro golfers. But he's only going to make a birdie. I mean, he's only going to save his par about 20% of the time from where he hit it. And that is not the shortest route to a par, given he got so lucky on where that ball ended up after hitting the lip and bouncing over that little water thing and then not going far enough to go into the bushes. Golly, that was a great break. But anyway, he didn't take advantage of it by hitting a hard, violent hook with a 7-iron and hitting it right on the edge of the green or on, which I think he could have easily done. I wouldn't have put that past him myself at all. I would have been able to do that. So, but of course, we didn't get the camera from behind the ball, so we don't know exactly what was in his way and everything. But even in the direction he hit it, I would have taken an 8-iron and hooked it way up by these hills here. You can see this mound here is the mound that the greenside bunker is on. There's the green right there. And he could have hit it in this direction and whipped it way over here somewhere and had maybe at the worst a 30-yard pitch shot, which he'll get up and down way more than from 140 yards with a pitching wedge. From 30 yards, he probably gets it up and down about 60% of the time, 60 or 70. So let's say that he was able to slice a little more off the bushes there, and he's able to get it on the apron of the green, and his up and down percentage is 80% from there, and it's 20% from out here in the fairway. He just threw away 0.6 of a stroke. So that's what kept him from making a par on this hole. And you'll see that, let's watch it play out. Because remember, going into this hole, he's 3 strokes ahead, and there's only 6 holes left, and he's a significantly better player than Grant, even though, again, Grant really can make things happen sometimes. So let's see what happens.
All right.
That was actually a good break.
Must somehow make a par here, I feel like.
Yeah. See what you can do, Brad. Makes a par here, man. Boy.
Could be a little gut punch.
That would be a gut punch, because I'm feeling right now like I had a chance.
There was like double or triple in play. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not still in play. Who knows? It's golf, but if I could somehow make par when it looked like there could be a big number involved, that'd be sweet. 154, a little uphill, downwind. I got pitching wedge. Should be a good number. It's not swing tight. Give myself a chance.
Oh, that's tight.
Go. I feel like that should be a good number.
I think that's like 2 feet away, bro.
Okay, well, it was a phenomenal shot. He hit it straight at the hole. But, of course, he left it about 25 feet short. And watch what happens from here.
Please be close. Thumbs up?
It's probably 20 feet.
20 feet? Okay.
I imagine.
We'll take it.
I don't know, man. That looked like it landed on the pin.
I mean, if it's 20 feet, I'll be disappointed. That looked like it was really close. But,
He's not reacting, which is weird. Usually he would.
yeah.
What he probably did was take one big bounce.
Probably, yeah.
Probably took a huge bounce. Was that pitching wedge?
It was, yeah.
Oh, you're short.
Okay. I was telling it to go, so, yeah.
Still
We'll
got a
take
good.
that. Got a putt at it.
Yep. Good par look.
This all of a sudden feels like a really important, like, 3 or 4 minutes right here.
Yeah, feels like something changed. This is the shot we need. This is a big shot here.
Up and down right here gets us right back in.
Yep. Little right to left on the break. Just get it on the green. Go. Go, ball.
Okay, Grant hit a terrible bunker shot there for him. That was a very easy up and down for a guy like him. He's very good out of the bunkers, by the way. That's one of Grant's, one of the best parts of Grant's game, and he's got so many good things. I mean, he hits those beautiful drives off of every tee. He's a very good iron player. He's a little bit weak on his wedges, but overall, he's full of things that make you a great golfer. And one of them is how good he is from bunkers. And he hit a very poor shot there, or it could have really hurt Brad here. Let's see if Brad or Grant can make their putt for a birdie, and see what happens here. I mean, sorry.
Pop that.
Excuse me. Grant's is for a birdie. Brad's is for a par from a little further away.
Was gonna really release out of there.
Honestly, it looks like a pretty easy read. I'm hoping I'm correct on that. Oh, this would be huge, though.
If you want to make me toss and turn a little bit tonight when I sleep,
Yeah.
make this.
Yeah. And I didn't hit it.
It was tracking too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, that's.
You can see there was no break around that hole at all. Boy, and it was uphill. Brad's putt was uphill. So if he had gotten any kind of a shot hooked up there into the front apron of the green, he would have gotten it up and down so easy, I'll tell you. There's nothing difficult about it. An uphill chip, of course, is much easier than a downhill chip, and remember that also. We'll talk about things like that later. These management mistakes that Brad made on this hole really hurt him affect-wise as far as the rest of the match, which I will probably make the second video from, because he made some course management errors going in from here. But mostly it was poor affect. He still has a 2-stroke lead with 5 holes to play, and he's the superior player. He should win that way over 90% of the time, especially for an experienced guy like Brad. He's gotten to the finals of the U.S. Amateur and God, things like that. I mean, that's incredible. All right, so let's continue on here. See if Grant can make his birdie, because Brad's already made a bogey here, and Grant could pick up 2 strokes in 1 hole if he can make his putt.
Poor effort, but all things considered, bogey is not terrible after what happened. So,
Okay.
well, even.
Well, big putt. Biggest putt I've had of the day. Right to left up the hill. No way. Oh, shoot.
Okay, Grant taps that little one in. Now he had to play about a 1.5 break on that putt. He broke a lot. That means it was very, very up. Brad's putt was very, very uphill, and he left it short. But boy, a chip or a pitch from the front of the green would have been a piece of cake for Brad. and he would have gotten it up and down. That is the partial stroke error that he made from down in that dungeon on the left. So I just want to emphasize again that I am, this is a course management channel. I am not as good a player, certainly anymore, and certainly not ever was really, to be perfectly honest with you, as either of these two guys. But I am going to try to share my reaction to the way they play and improve people at every level on their course management. You can see a guy like Brad with a plus 7.9 handicap made 2 major errors on one hole. And so there's a lot for all of us to learn. And a lot of this I thought of when I was in the airplane flying to a pro tournament, when I was on the tour, because I had so little time. I mean, I had to figure out time to use even the airplane flight time to improve my game. Because I didn't have a chance to practice. I was pitching balls into suitcases behind my medical clinic before the tournaments, and I would hit balls at ships going by on the Mekong River and whatever I could do to get myself ready for a tournament. Then I would arrive there, play in the Pro-Am, and that was one of my practice rounds. And if I could get there one day before Wednesday, I could get used to the speed of those greens compared to putting on carpets in Phnom Penh, which is where I was living. So anyway, I'm 69 years old now. So I don't even think I would consider myself a scratch golfer now. I got to practice. I think I can get it back down to there, and I'd love to play in the U.S. Senior Amateur again. Get my chance there again. But we'll see about all that. That's down the road. Thank you for watching the inaugural video on good players, bad choices. That's what I decided to call the channel. So I hope you'd enjoy it. Thanks to Brad and to Grant for letting me analyze their game. And we'll do a lot more of it, and all of my viewers are going to learn a lot. And please like and subscribe. I will put a like and subscribe button on here somewhere in the post recording, and show you some pictures of some of my highlights of my golf career and things like that at the beginning. And please do tune in and subscribe and tell your friends about it. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.